Hey, everybody, welcome to Love and Reload, the voice of the relocation industry. I am your host, Ben Cross, and I am so blessed and honored to be here today with my good friend and new teammate, Jana Chezanoski. How are you doing, Jana?
Great. Hi, everyone. Hello, Ben. Here I am again, but now in a completely different situation, and it's really exciting.
This is amazing. This is like your debut. This is your coming out party. You're here.
I love the debut thing. Yes, it
Yes.
is. It feels like, ta-da!
Jana! Jana and Tela kind of rhymes. This is great. This is
Yeah,
great. True or false? Jana is actually tada in Portuguese. True or false?
can be.
It could be. It could be. Who knows? Who knows?
Can be.
No, this is awesome though. I'm so happy we're doing this. We talked, for so long about okay, how do we announce it? Because this was so long coming together, and it was so amazing, and you have this amazing brand and all these people that love you and know you and have worked with you for so many years and just have so much. Honestly, I don't know many people out there that elicit the kind of response that you do in people, the kind of like love and the exuding just warmth and like a bright ray of sunshine. Honestly, when you talk to people about Jana, they smile, and there's not many people who have that effect. And so when I was thinking about this and talking to you about this, about how do we announce that you're on the team now, I wanted to do it right. I wanted to do it in a big way. And in doing so, like, we waited because today's your 1 month anniversary at Glomo. So like,
Exactly. Oh my God. Are you going to make me cry? Seriously, don't do
I'm
that.
trying. I'm trying. Don't make
Oh,
me keep. I'm going to keep going until you do. Everybody, check in. Say congratulations to Jana in the comments there, and let her know that we're so happy to have her, and that she's let her feel the love out there. Hit the heart. Am I doing it right? Hit the heart.
yes.
There you go. Let her know out there. Jana, I'm so excited you're here. I
Honestly,
don't even
you
know.
said about the love, and I think that's something that I already want to say it. It's been awesome because we announced this week, but as soon as soon people start to hear about it, and I just received so much love and such a great energy, and people came to me with so nice words and feeling happy for me and wishing me amazing things and saying that they are available for support and everything. So seriously, I want to thank everyone. I'm been feeling really loved, and seriously, it's been really special, and I really appreciate. Like it's kind of like we are in a big team together, and it's been really amazing. Thank you so
That's
much for all the love.
Yeah, and keep the love coming. Put it in the comments. We're going to read all these comments as well. What I took away from that is you told people you were going to start working with me, and they said I'm available for support.
Some things like that. Yeah. Tell me if you need anything.
Do
No
you
joke.
need help?
Besides, no,
Blink
actually,
twice if you're in trouble. Yes.
Janet said, like, if you need help, tell me. But everybody else was just like being really full of love and wishing me great things and saying how happy they are for seeing me working with you. So maybe it doesn't make sense just for us. Makes sense for more for the community, and that's really great to know.
Yeah, let's look here. We got a bunch of people checking in. Let us know where in the world you are, what you're up to out there. If you're watching right now, I want to hear from you. Throw it in the comments. Hit that like button. Let us know where you're at. Glomo is global now. Jana, where in the world are you for everybody that doesn't know you out there?
Yes, I'm in Rio, Brazil. I'm from South Brazil, Curitiba. But for the last 11 years, I've been living in Rio de Janeiro, the place where everyone wants to be.
There you go. I love it. I love it. And for some reason, when you say Rio, I just start dancing. I don't even know if this is the right dance. I don't
Of
know.
course,
Uh,
not bad.
Not, of course not. Of course, why would it be? Stacy Huff, hi Ben and Jana. Super excited for this show. Awesome, Stacy. I can't wait to hear your question, Stacy, for Jana, because you're. I feel like you could form a support group, the two of you. Janet. Oh, Janet's the third leg of that stool. there. Janet says hola in Spanish. Jamie Master, hi Ben and Jana, cheers and congratulations from sunny Mississippi. You're going to be working with Jamie on a project coming up, aren't you?
Yes, and I'm really excited to work with him, and everything. We're just jumping, but everything. You told me in the first, I think in the first week, you said like things happen really fast with me, and that's a really great thing. And already having the opportunity to work with Jamie in this charity thing,
Yeah, talk
it's
about it. Let's talk
really
about it real
excited.
quick. Let's give people an idea of what's going on specifically.
Exactly. So Jane came with this great idea to support this charity in Africa that support young girls, and that really resonates with me. Was one
Why
of
does it
the
resonate with
things.
you so much?
Well, I'm all about human rights, volunteer work. Uh, One of my purpose in life is to support young girls to believe that they can dream and that they can achieve their dreams. And one of the things that I aligned with Ben was like, I want to do social exchange programs at least twice at every 2 years. And then you ask me like, well, what is that? And I'm like, well, I have been in Ghana working in an orphanage with girls with special needs, and was something that since I was really young, I want to do it. Like, I used to tell my mom that I want to be in Africa helping girls, and I don't know. Years passed by, and then back 2016, I realized that time goes by really fast and you need to focus on what you really believe. And I made it happen. And when I was there, was just like I never felt so in the right place. Like I was doing exactly what I came to this world to do. And I really want to keep doing forever as long as I can. And when Jamie came with this idea of supporting like an orphanage in Africa, I was just like, oh my God, I'm living the dream. That's what I'm been telling my friends actually. Like they're saying, oh, how it's been working with Ben? I'm like, I'm really living a dream. It's just like being awesome. And then this week, I didn't even share with Jamie yet. I contacted the the orphanage, and then they sing for me and everything, and I was so emotional. I was just like, oh my God, like what a gift. Like we are I'm in Brazil, so we still live the whole drama with the pandemic, and I have the chance to feel close to what really resonates with my heart from home. And this is something that working with Glomo is already giving me the chance. So amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this is what it's all about, honestly, being able to leverage what we do every day and the influence that we have and the privilege that we have to be in this community. And then how do we leverage that globally to make an impact? And Jamie's just one example. The opportunity here with the girls orphanage in Sierra Leone is just one example. And Jamie, thanks for bringing that forward. We've always tried to do things through Love and Relo, and we're going to continue to do things kind of on a broader scale. We've also supported Mercy Joy Ministries out in Uganda. Actually, had the Archbishop of Uganda on the show. So this is really cool. Hey, I want to ask everybody, if you're watching right now, in the comments, just put, what would be your dream job? What would be the job if money was no object and you could go pursue just your purpose and work full time in a purpose driven field? What would it be that you would do? What do you feel called to do? Throw it in the comments. It's a safe place. Throw it out there. Tim Quirk was with us today. I remember sitting around a campfire, and he was talking about he would buy a big house and create a boys home there where boys could kind of learn how to kind of become men and just kind of seek community and fellowship and everything, and they kind of an orphanage type of a situation, so or a group home. So I'd love to know if anybody out there has something like that they feel called to, because really that's also what we're about too, Jana, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Jamie Massler, Wildlife Rescue 100. Yeah, I know that's a big, the cats and stuff are a big thing for Jamie there. Let's see here. We got Alan King checking in. Hi, Ben and Jana. Great to be here checking in from Germany. Hashtag Glomo is growing.
I love
Hashtag
their hashtag.
Go Team Glomo. Thanks, Alan.
Woohoo!
Appreciate it.
I will
Alan, you got to
use
make some
the.
t-shirts for us.
I will for sure use the Glomo is growing. I will
Yeah,
really use that
I
hashtag. I
love it.
like hashtags.
Yeah, let's do it. This is awesome. Richard says, Jana, great to see you. What a team.
Hey, Richard.
This is great. Hey, our mutual friend Ben Sukia. Look at this.
Oh, Ben
Our
is
Ben's.
awesome. He's
This is
great.
going to be a great team. Congrats, Benjamin Cross. See you in Great Britain to celebrate. This is great. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, Ben, I heard today that all of a sudden no longer needed to quarantine. Ben, can you confirm that and put a link if that is true? Do people on the amber list going over to England no longer have to quarantine? Because there was a 6-day quarantine in place, and that was kind of getting me a little scared. Put that in there. I'd love to hear any updates on that. How do you know Ben, Jana?
Well, was my friend Juliana that introduced us. Juliana is a lawyer in the global mobility industry here in Brazil, and she is longtime friends with him, and she introduced me to him. She introduced me to great people, by the way.
Yeah, Juliana, is it Ruiz or Huiz?
Ruiz.
Huiz. Um, yeah, can somebody at Juliana there? Ben, shout out
I
Juliana at her.
think she was traveling today, something like that. But yeah, where is
tell her to
she?
stop right now and tune in to Love and Reload. We're going to talk about what we're doing at at Glomo. We're going to talk about our vision and what we want to accomplish. I'd love to hear questions from the audience. I'd love to hear questions for Jana. We're going to get into to a top 5, I think you have today.
I had an idea. We will finish with a top 5, right? And I want to have a top 3. I want to say hi to 3 really special people that I saw that they're here. Okay. Top 3. Yeah. My mom. Oi, mãe. My mom doesn't speak in English, and she's here. She's saying good vibes there. Estou assistindo. Yes.
Yeah, you can talk to your mom. Say hi to your mom in Portuguese.
Oi, mãe. Eu te amo. Muito obrigada. I think she's responsible for this whole thing. She always believed in me. She always support my dreams. She always, she's the responsible for everything. And seriously, I love her more than anything. The second person that I want to say hello to, it's Leo, because Leo was the one who introduced us in Boston.
Yes, it was Leo, wasn't it? And I for some reason I thought it was Vinny Valverde.
Yeah, Vinny is like best friend. I met Vinny in that convention, but Leo was the one who introduced us. He was like, you need to know this guy, because I asked him to introduce me to as many people as possible, and he really took that serious, and he started to introduce me to everyone. He's awesome. And yeah, he introduced us. So thank you so much, Leo.
Yeah, Leo's an incredible person. He's also, I think he works at TRC Global, which is where Stacy Huff, our super producer Stacy, works. Maybe we can pull Stacy up here real quick to say a few kind words.
Yes.
So you ready? No, she's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. All right, Stacy, not today. But yeah, shout out to Leo. Awesome guy. I actually had an opportunity to serve on the YP40 committee with him as well. So Leo, thank you so much for introducing us. Do you remember the first time we met, Jana? In the lobby in Boston?
Of course I do. Yes, because you took so serious the whole idea of saying my name in the right way that I was like, nice guy. And because I was like, just call me Jana, and you look at my card and you're like, no, teach me how I say your name. And then we went to the 2 hours thing of until you got the way to say Janaina. No, you really learned fast.
Well, thank you. I appreciate. And what I didn't know about that conference, can we tell the story of how you got to that conference? I'm sorry. I think this story is amazing. Can we tell it? Jana's got a little delay going on there. Stacy, is that me or Jana? Jana, okay, she's pointing at Jana. Okay, all right, Jana. Well, at least she's frozen on a wonderful smile. Some people are like, whatever, and she's looking all cheery. Leo, yeah, love you guys. Let's see here, Elena, yay, so glad to celebrate Jana. Janet Turner, go Leo. Francine Drusty, hi Ben and Jana. Jana, you are a beautiful person inside and out. So excited for you to join Ben's team. This is great. Oh, we got the dream jobs coming in here. Let's see. We got dream jobs while Jana comes back. We got dream jobs. All right, Jamie Massler, wildlife rescue. Love it. Love it, Jamie. That's perfect. Spot on for you. Shelly Lloyd, baker or open a wildlife sanctuary. Baker or wildlife sanctuary. Okay. Hey, Jana, welcome back.
Hey,
Let's
I
see.
don't even know what happened.
We're going through dream jobs here. Let's see here. Janet Turner, there are no coincidences. I just recently found an organization making and supplying reusable feminine hygiene supplies, which most of these girls do not have access to disposal. These organizations should collaborate. Excited to introduce. Yeah, Janet. I mean, if they want to donate some stuff, we can get it to Sierra Leone. That'd be cool. Melissa Colville, shout out Melissa. Stay-at-home mom and foster those who are about to age out of the system. Melissa, you are so right. It is, we used to do a bowling event at the DRC, and the kids would come from a foster home, and it was a boys' home. And what I learned through that process is that teenage boys, especially Black teenage boys, had a very low adoption rate. It seems like everybody wants to adopt white baby girls, and Black teenage boys were, very, very rarely adopted. And that's a real problem. And so those are about to age out of the system. People just don't want to take teenagers, especially kind of, grown teenagers, into their home. And Melissa, that's a noble.
Oh, let me share one thing.
Please.
I don't want to have kids by now, but I want to adopt. And it's like, seriously, whoever knows me closer knows that I'm being saying this. Like, my idea is like in 20, 30 years, in 20 to 30 years to adopt like a teenage Black guy to support with the whole like education process. Is one of the things that I really want to do. I want to work with this whole exchange programs, if social exchange, like every 2 years, but I want, like, when I get older, to really adopt like teenagers to support with education.
Yeah. Wow.
I really believe in that. Yeah, will be.
That'd be cool. Let's see here. Janet doing the Lord's work out there. One dream job is to be a sommelier. Yeah. Ooh. There you go. Beautiful. Ben Suki has given me some advice. I could always quarantine in the club. That's cool. Yeah, go to London, just quarantine in the club. Don't mind me. I might have COVID, just chilling over in the VIP. That's all. That's cool. Don't mind me. It's all good. Let's see here. Elena, that's great. Elena, it's so good to see you here as well. Jenna Turner says, I still cannot get Jenna's name correct.
That's why, Janet, now we are going with Jana. Makes it easier for everyone, no problems. But the right way to pronounce my name is Janaína.
Janaína.
Yes.
But see, even the Jana has a little zhuzh to it. It's a little hard for us Americans, but yeah.
But in my when I did exchange program when I was 18 in US, and my first boss, she used to call me in the first week. She will call me Shania. I don't know how she came to that, but she was like,
is she a country music fan? Shania Twain? Is that where it's
West Virginia, country home, take me home. So she was.
Hold on, we're doing karaoke now? Is this what's gonna happen? Jana even does karaoke? Oh my goodness, let's do it. That's great. Jana, my great friend, embodies all the skills, passion, empathy, and authenticity of the modern leader. She is destined to do ever greater things. You are lucky to have her, Ben. Our industry is lucky to have her. Martin, you are 100% right, Martin. I feel so blessed to have Jana. It was so funny because I was looking for someone to join the team. I knew it was time to grow and to really kind of force multiply. And I didn't really know who I was looking for. And I thought about Jana, and I've thought about you, a lot ever since we did Love and Relo and Love and Rio, the LATAM week. And I just didn't think you would want to come on the team, to be honest with you. I guess I didn't think I was, what we were doing was kind of good enough and mature enough yet. and I was so pleasantly surprised when you decided to join. And I really just thank you from the bottom of my heart, honestly, for believing in me and believing in what we're doing. And thank you so much.
It's funny because it's exactly the same feeling. Like uh, after we had the Latam week, I was just like, wow, what a great connection! How awesome to work with him, and it's not just what because it's really nice. Like what you see in the video, you are exactly the same person, and it's really inspiring and awesome. And I'm like, wow, because since I moved back from US, I was part of my plans. I didn't have like a due date, but I was really hoping to getting back on working with United States, and I was always doing my thing, believing that I will create the opportunity. And then after the Latam week, I was like, wow, when things happen, I really want to work with someone like that. And I never thought that you would like to work with me because it's like it's been cross. Like he knows everyone, everybody knows him. He can choose anyone around the globe. Like and it's I feel like really blessed and really honored with the opportunity to work with you, to share with you, and to know all this amazing
Yeah, I mean
professional.
the feelings super mutual. Let's get into a little bit about what we're doing though, so people, because we're kind of having this like kind of just we're hanging out here, but let's talk a little bit about what we're doing and put questions in the comments, please. Henri, I see you checking in here. Adam Lowy, who doesn't love karaoke? There you go. Exactly. Put some questions in there. I'd love to hear your questions, Marietta. Hello from San Antone. That's great. Let's see. Ben picked the best part. I know. I mean,
Yeah, she was the third person that I want to say hi. Remember, I said like three, and then I went to the end of the Shelly. I recently worked with her. She was in my we used to connect. She is the head of global mobility at Brunel with Celsium, and oh my God, was a gift to get to know Shelly and to work with her, to share the same passions and to connect in a way to really try to deliver the best in what we believe mobility needs. And she was so supportive with my transition to 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 work with you, and she's someone that I really admire and I really want to take with me forever. I love you, Shelly. She's my mate.
so nice. That's so awesome. Henri says your name destined you for DNI, Janina. That's great. I think the first name, last name, the Polish last name. Yeah. Andrew Bruzy, hello from Arkansas. What's up, Bruzy? It's good to see you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Brucey.
I want to talk about so many things here. I don't know where to begin. Where should we start, Jenna?
um well, you tell me what people want to know, what people want to hear. We can seriously go from
What do
wherever.
people want to hear? Vinny,
Hey, Vinny!
this is great.
Everybody
Yeah,
loves
leave your
Vinny. He's
questions.
amazing.
Vinny's amazing. Vinny, are
He's
you
like,
Vinny? I saw a post on Instagram about you transitioning perhaps into something else. Do you
we're
want to?
happy.
Are you at liberty to post that? What's going on? I don't know. Love you, man. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to the family. Vinny's on
Yes.
vacation soon. Hope you're doing well,
Awesome.
Vinny. Let us know. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. We got a question. I love it. Thank you, Shelly. Shelly says, I miss you so much, Jana. It's an absolute dream to work with. So smart, so special. You're the best, mate. Shelly says, what does the next 3 months look like for you both? That's a great question.
It's a great question. And actually, today I was thinking, like, wow, first 30 days. And the same way that feels like that went by really fast, I just have the impression that we have been working together for such a long time,
It feels like 6 months, honestly.
right? So many things, like so many opportunities and connections and possibilities. And at the same time that I'm getting to know everyone and of course, I'm starting and learning everything. From other side, feels like, oh my God, we've been doing this for how long?
Honestly, in the last 30 days, we signed 2 clients in the last 30 days. I mean, incredible stuff. We're starting to really action on some huge projects. Doing our first live in person, Love and Relo stuff. I mean, we're in Orlando. I am doing that conference. I mean, this has been an action packed 30 days, and I mean, you haven't even had a chance to really get like oriented and everything. Your first 30 days are usually like, okay, where's the coffee maker? Who do I submit my time off to? I mean, my first 30 days is like just getting my keyboard, connected, So, I mean, you've really hit the ground running. What does the next 33 months look like for you? And then I'm gonna give mine as well, Jenna.
Well, I was really looking for this opportunity to really get introduced, so people understand that I'm here with you to team up at Glomo. So I really wanted people to know me and trust that we are connected with our values and our mission, that we are like looking in the same way to deliver the best service to our clients and to our community. I really look for the opportunity to connect more and more. Like, one of the things that I think connect us was the whole idea when I came to you and said like, hey, I love the show, awesome stuff, but it's global mobility. We relocate people. We cannot be just like United States centralized. We need to bring information that makes sense, like in other regions. I mean, I'm down here in South America, and some things that you were saying there, it's completely different here. So we need to bring those things up. And one of the reasons that I'm here, and one of the things that I really want to accomplish, is to connect, Americas, should connect, like to really be global. And I'm really looking forward for this.
All right, I'm gonna challenge you here. What
Mm.
are 3 things you want to accomplish specifically in the next 3 months?
Okay. More chair. I want to have like a frequent act on frequent actions for charity, not like when things happen. I want to make this like a current thing. I wanted to, as I said, bring people from different regions and really be inclusive on bringing the Black community to show the great women we have in our industry. That's one of the reasons that we align. Like, yes, we are everywhere. We have women, we have Black people, we have LGBTQ, but honestly, we know that the opportunities are yet not the same. So I want to be a channel to promote that and to give those type of
What
opportunities.
does that look like for you? How does that work? What are some of the things that people should expect us to do along those lines? Because I have some ideas too. Because I mean, we do have. I mean, the one thing that you're not mentioning is we have Sandy McKinney coming on doing a series
Of
on
mentoring.
mentorship for women in global mobility here on the show, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun because I mean, she's super accomplished. She was on the show talking about limiting beliefs and talking about really getting rid of limiting beliefs and boundaries that we set in our head artificially and really kind of going for it and believing, yes, we can do these things, and just achieving at a really high level. So we're gonna be kicking off that mentorship series every other week, starting in July, I think, right, Stacy? Starting in
Yeah.
July 18th, I want to say. Yeah, so she's going to come on. Thank you, Stace. She's going to come on and do that. That's going to be awesome. She's going to do that for about 2 months. So people
Absolutely.
can look forward to that. I mean, what are some of the other opportunities you see for women and for minorities in the global mobility space that we can help create?
Actually, I think that I always say that when I'm working in any project on inclusion, that it's important that we hear about what it's necessary, what people are expecting, because we cannot come and say like, I have the best solutions without hear what the community needs. So I want to be here to listen to people. Please come with ideas as Jamie came. Bring ideas like to, so we can implement it. I don't want to be the person that comes and say like I have all the right answers, but I want to be the person that connects and make things happen. That's one of the things that I do. I make things happen. I believe that anything is possible if we organize. So let's make things happen. Let's bring solutions. Let's bring connection. And we one of the things that I was really happy in 2019 at the convention was because I was feeling that I was talking by myself when I was so used to say like, okay, learning about the protocols and process and immigration relocation, anything that we do in global mobility, it's something that anyone can do it. But we need to understand that we are working with people. So we need to keep our humanity. We need to keep that like elevated. And the show Love and Relo and that end up coming on that, it's like it's about people. We cannot just work on process without understand people's passion. As you start the show asking like, oh, what is your dream job? You need to like listen and understand what the people that are around you are looking for or what they're expecting, to understand what it's really necessary to deliver. We want to deliver something that it's really in need and really that will really bring an impact, not just repeat what
Yeah.
everyone is doing.
I agree with you, and I like what you said about not necessarily bringing the ideas and saying this is what we're going to do, but actually just kind of opening it up for ideas. I mean, that's how Jamie's, the charity thing we're doing with Jamie. That's how Sandy McKinney's thing, kind of started. I mean, she brought that idea forward, and we're here to facilitate it. Just to be clear, I mean, Glomo is a consulting firm. We grow companies, we give them strategy, we open doors, we help companies take companies to the next level that are maybe the best kept secret in the global mobility space. But in doing that, it also gives us the reach, relevancy, and relationships needed to do the philanthropic work as well. And because we get to run the company however we want, we can do that kind of stuff, without having to explain what the ROI is on it. Let's see here. Richard Majewski says, shout out to Richard too. I was on his the Blue Room show yesterday. He does a great Saba wine thing on Thursdays. Richard says, does it mean the business can work in Spanish and Portuguese speaking regions?
Exactly. Means yes. That Portuguese is my first language and I do speak Spanish. Actually, I'm improving my Spanish nowadays.
Because you're actually in school for Spanish, right?
Yeah, I'm taking like professional
Spanish. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is true, Richard. We actually do have a client that we're talking to in South America as well. So yeah, it definitely does mean that we can start doing business in other countries. Jana brings a whole lot of skills to the table. Let's see here. Jamie has a question about Brazil. Keep these questions coming. I'd love to hear your questions for Jana, for myself, about Glomo, about Love and Relo, about Jana, about anything on your mind. I'd also love to hear any suggestions you have for us, whether it be opportunities that we can create for women, for people of color in the space, for philanthropic, opportunities. I'd love to hear your comments and your questions around that kind of stuff. I'd also love to hear any opportunities you might think that are out there for consulting. I mean, we have a pretty nice niche kind of carved out, but we are growing quite a bit. And you're going to hear a lot of really cool announcements coming out of Glomo in the next few months. I'm really proud to say now that Jana's on board and actually making things happen. So love to hear any thoughts you have about that. Jamie says, Jana, I am curious to know why we receive so many relocation requests for Sao Paulo, but none for Rio. Is it just a really high tourist destination, cost of living, business taxes, etc.? What are your thoughts about relocation volumes in Brazil?
São Paulo is the big city. It's where business really happens. Rio, it's big in tourist, as you said, but Rio, it's really strong on the energy sector, oil and gas. So it's really specific here. When we talk about relocation in Rio, the majority, I would say like up to 90%, it's always related to the energy sector, to the oil and gas. So all the other industries, they are in São Paulo, and it's where the business happens. That's why.
There you go. So Sao Paulo. So from an American perspective, Sao Paulo is like New York City,
Yeah,
and Rio's maybe
Florida.
Florida. That's what I was gonna say. All right, I was gonna say Miami, but Miami doesn't have real big oil and gas. But yeah, you get the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there we go. All right, another awkward American analogy. All right, awesome. I want to, I want to, I want to ask you, Jana, about your title because Stacy was giving us a hard time backstage, and she was saying, "Ben, why do you write the longest titles known to mankind for people?" And I was like, "Well, because I take a lot of input. That's why." So, Jana, how did we land on this title? Because I'll be honest, at first I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a process. Wasn't something that like, okay, Ben came to me like, I want you to be project management consultant, including strategy. We really have like, what is the letters that you said? Like
I did not
PMC.
post on LinkedIn for a PMCIS. So to get one was really truly a blessing.
So the whole idea, like when we connect with the idea of working together, we brainstorm a lot of what Ben was expecting and what I want to deliver and how we could connect on that. And for me, and of course, there's a lot of management to support all the projects that Glomo receives. But for me, it was important to, as I said in the process, like titles are just titles, but as well they say things. And I'm halfway on my master degree in business in strategic business, and I really value the whole idea of inclusion. I want to guarantee that in anything I do, like working related, anything, I really want to guarantee that inclusion is part. It's something that I really believe. It's my value. It's I I cannot even remember when I I was all I always care about it. Maybe with because like my dad's black, my mom's white. I was always dealing with this process of, do I believe in here? I always saw the necessity of making people feeling included, important. So I really want my next step in my career to have this responsibility as something that I carry in the words in my title. So then we end up brainstorming, and I will bring something more related on inclusivity, diversity, and then we'll come with like, yeah, but it's important that people understand that you are the project management manager. And I'm like, okay, we need to make this
No,
correlated.
Jana was not going to come off the inclusion thing. And I was like,
No.
inclusion and project manager are kind of totally different things, right? And I'm like, I don't know. It's confusing to me, is was my first blush, honestly. But then I got to think about it more, right? And I thought about two things came to mind. One, inclusion, DE&I, diversity, equity, and inclusion are really central to Glomo strategy. All the businesses that we represent are have diverse ownership. Okay. And so that was one thing. So it's like central to our business. It's one of our core competencies, honestly. So to have the first hire have that as a core competency for her, honestly, was spot on. Is better than I could have even imagined. The second thing I would say is when we look at large corporations who have an inclusion or diversity, equity, inclusion person or whatever, chief diversity officer, whatever, we always say that person is just kind of like there, but are they really a part of the business? are they kind of on an island to say, yes, we have that person and we'll go hear from them quarterly on how we're doing, but they don't actually get involved in business decisions, and they just kind of advise and they kind of serve in a way, but we don't see the business acting on DE&I. There's a disconnect. And just like Love and Relo, putting love in the title, putting it first, was a constant reminder about what the show's about. Well, having inclusion in Jana's title is a constant reminder of what Glomo's about. And so having our first hire be an inclusion manager, honestly, was, again, smarter than I could have even come up with. So, Jana, thank you for sticking to your guns on that one.
And thank you for you to like accept the whole challenge on creating, on structure something that would work for us and make sense. And it was really funny because I will come to you and say like, you see, it's exactly what we want to deliver. Makes sense. And you will be like, yeah, but the words like they kind of don't connect. And then time passes and you're like, yeah, I see, they really do connect, but we really need to clarify. And I'm like, yeah, that's an opportunity. When we clarify, we will have another opportunity to explain what we are delivering, what we are expecting to support our clients with.
Yeah, and so often as business people and leaders and entrepreneurs, we often fall into the trap of replicating what other people have done. We look at other businesses and other titles and say, okay, well, what should I call myself? Well, what do they call someone like me? And they're okay, then I'm going to be that. And when we replicate other people's plan, we're just a poor copy of them. And if we're ever going to really get huge, dramatic results for ourselves, for our company, for our families, for our communities, for the world, we have to do things differently. And so I love it. I can't say enough.
And let's be realistic. We are not doing anything that anyone else is doing. So why we will have titles that everyone else has? So
yeah, 100%. That's a great segue into some questions here. Keep the questions coming and the congratulations and the love.
Isn't she amazing?
I don't know. Who is she?
She is. She's amazing.
Is this your sister?
It's my mom.
This is your mom?
Yeah.
So, she looked like your sister. I don't know.
She's amazing. Like, she doesn't even speak English and she's writing in English. Adorable.
Wow. That is nice. Thank you, Genoveva. How do I say her name?
Genoveva. Everybody calls her Geno.
Geno. All right,
Yes.
Genoveva. All right.
It's
Thank you, Genoveva. Hope you're watching. Throw a little heart out to you. Let's see here. Richard says, should I be concerned that after 20 minutes, I can't think what my dream job should be? Should I just go feed the ducks in the park? I agree with Jackie. Maybe you're already doing it, Richard. You're already doing it. Kudos to you. You're reinventing yourself too. I love it. Let's see here. Rich says, Jackie, but you could be right on the other hand. I think of Jack Nicholson's This As Good As It Gets. You're funny, Richard. All right, let's see. Richard has a question, though. Serious question from Richard. The rare, serious question. Richard said, love to hear more about Glomo. Support for corporates, relo agents, properties, transportation. Richard, that's a great question. Yeah, so no, not really. This is a really common question. People are like, Ben, what do you actually do? How do you actually, are you okay? Are you homeless? Are you all right? Do I need to send you money? Like my mom be like, are you okay? Do you need some money? Like, no, Mom, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. No, Glomo, we're doing really well. But what we do as a company, like our day job, I think what you're asking, like, how do we, make money, right? We work with companies who are the best kept secrets in the space. What I found was that the companies that were the most well-known were usually not the best service providers. And yet they continue to win all the business. They continue to be the go-to, then the household names of the business, of the industry, but they weren't the best. And then conversely, you'd have these small businesses, these new entrants, these highly innovative companies, these Black-owned, woman-owned companies, and they would be very good at what they did, but they just could not get a seat at the table. They could not get a meeting. They couldn't get people to take them seriously. There was this notion when I first got to ERC, and I love ERC, but when I first got to ERC in 2011, I was struck by the feeling that people didn't want to talk to me. They already knew everybody that they thought they needed to know. And if they didn't know you, then you weren't worth knowing. Right. And then, they're corporates or RMCs or whatever. And they just knew all their providers. They knew everybody. And if they didn't know you, then you probably weren't that good. And I just found that so crazy. And so I really was determined to break into the inner circle, right? To be in the in crowd, and I did it through a lot of volunteering. And shout out to Heidi Hume, who would always give me an opportunity at ERC when she was there. And shout out to Peggy, who always supported, my crazy, my crazy spoke her crazy, and we just always got along. And now, I'm proud to call her a friend, And so when I broke through that barrier to become kind of, in the in crowd and the ERC, I looked back and I saw a lot of companies that just couldn't break through, for whatever reason. But they did really good work. They were really great operators, but they just couldn't break through and get that level of success and level up their company. And I felt terrible for them, honestly, because they're entrepreneurs. They're working so hard. They're supporting their family. They're doing good work. They have a staff, they deserve, honestly, they deserve better. And so I started helping them on the side when I had a job, and I started helping them just kind of like, honestly, just want to see them do well. And then it turned into kind of a side hustle. And then it was like, you know what, I need to be doing this full time, because helping these companies be successful is really my passion, because they're good companies. We're aligned from a mission, vision, value standpoint, right? And I want to help good companies and good people be successful. We don't work with everyone. We don't work with most companies. We're very selective about who we hire as clients, because we have a very specific brand persona, and client persona. So really, Richard, to answer your question, we work with global mobility service provider companies. We help them grow their business. Our client persona is typically global mobility service provider companies. We deal directly with entrepreneurs, CEOs, et cetera, owners of companies. They are typically MBE, minority business enterprises, or WBE, women business enterprises. So minority owned or women owned. They've been in business typically about 3 to 5 years. They're operationally excellent. They have great product market fit. Nobody knows who they are. And then we change that for them. So.
And I love it, because I don't get tired on hearing about our persona. And always when I share with my friends who don't even work with mobility, but know me, people who know me, they're just like, oh my God, you're working a place for you. And I'm like, I know, I'm living the dream.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then some people will tell me, Ben, that's a ridiculous persona. It's way too narrow. What are there, like 5 companies you can work with? And I'm like, yeah, and we work with all of them. They're great. So right now we have our client. I'll tell people who our clients are. Our clients are Hosea Botley over at Universal Global Relocation, amazing international freight forwarder, moving company. Brian Brooks at EE Ward, which is the oldest Black-owned company in America, 140 years this year, 140 years. It's amazing. Before they even had trucks and cars. I mean, you're talking about literally horse and buggies. They're a domestic U.S. mover, great North American agent. Alta Vida, love Alta Vida, right? Alta Vida, woman-led company, technology-empowered corporate housing solution. I mean, that is a company to watch. We are doing amazing things with Alta Vida. So proud to be aligned with them and working with them and overseeing their global growth. And then Ellis Porter Immigration out of Detroit. They're actually applying for their MBE status right now, their minority business enterprise status. Great, I think like top 13 immigration law firm in the country. Not huge, but big enough to be great. Have offices also in the UK. So super stoked about that. And then also IAM, working with the International Association of Movers and our friend Chuck White, who's been on the show many times, to make their conference amazing. And it is going to be amazing. We're going to be broadcasting live from there for like 4 days, 8 hours a day. It's going to be insane. So So those are our clients. If you know anybody else out there that fits that client persona, holler at me. Yeah, for sure. And Jana take real good care of them. Thanks for asking, Richard. Anything else you want to say about that, Jana, before we move on?
No, perfectly said.
All right, cool. Brian Rivers, congrats, Jana and Ben. Yes, Brian.
Brian.
Also, Brian, big supporter of First Tech Federal Credit Union. Shout out to Brian, who sponsored our 8 weeks of giving that I think turned into like 12 weeks. But we're going to run that back also and do another 8 weeks of giving or something like that. I'd love to know, as viewers of Love and Relo, what would you love to open your mailbox and find? Because we might be giving it away. We got a big old budget. We might be giving it away. Let's see here. All right, keep going here. Rachel Fisher Lyons, creating opportunities to explain and talk about DE&I. That's so smart. Shout out to Rachel, who does our marketing also.
Yay,
Rachel says, do you have a dream for Glomo 3 years from now?
Oh, we will be really huge. We will be impacting our community in a way that we cannot even measurize. And I'm serious. I dream big, and I really believe that we are gonna make a huge impact. I really see that after this, we are going to a new season in our industry, and I really believe that we are gonna make a huge impact, and we are part of the whole transformation of really caring and about like what is important in making relocation easy, humanized, and with space for everyone when everyone will connect worldwide.
Yeah, I think, thank you for that, Jana. And I love the aspirational vision you have too. And I agree. I think we're going to continue to grow. Honestly, that's what we do for our clients, and that's what I've always done is grow. And I think that we're going to continue to do that with amazing people like Jana, and creating a place where people like Jana, like myself, can come and be successful and empower these amazing professionals in our space who maybe haven't found the fit that they want wherever they're working now. And they want to work for a company that has purpose and that allows them to bring their full selves to work and to just be amazing. So any opportunities that, if you're out there right now and you want that kind of a work environment and culture, love to talk to you about it. We are hiring right now. If you have a way to consult and people to consult with or whatever, we're open to hear that. I think you're going to see another announcement come out soon on another amazing professional that we're going to hire soon and bring on the team. It's going to be incredible. So I see us going into all sorts of verticals. I'm actually going to be speaking at a Minority Supplier Diversity Council meeting, which is going to be really interesting because, I think that there's an opportunity for people who look like me to lead in the area of supplier diversity, because we really need to be allies out front there. So I think that not only can we do this in global mobility, but I think there's a real opportunity to do it in other service verticals as well. And then I think that there's a huge philanthropy opportunity to bring together these amazing entrepreneurs and companies in this space to harness that and then direct it in very intentional, strategic ways from a philanthropic standpoint, whether it be Move for Hunger, whether it be Sierra Leone, whether it be Uganda, whether it be Talent Without Borders, whatever. Huge opportunity to raise hopefully 6 figures per year to benefit for charity. So yeah, this is great. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, this is great. Let's keep these questions coming here. We may have to go a little late. Jana, are you okay with that?
Of course. I'm talking with my boss.
Are you available? Cool.
He said I'm ready to go.
All right, Shelly Lloyd, who can we connect you with? Who is your ideal client? I think we kind of answered that, yes. But did we answer that, or is there anything else you want to add, Jana?
No, I think we went really. Probably the question came before, like about the persona, minority owned. Yeah,
we really need to create space for minority-owned businesses. I mean, women-owned, yes, and I worked for a women-owned business before, and that's important. But really minority-owned businesses. We really need to create demand for minority-owned businesses, and we need to help relocation management companies and corporations understand how they can purchase from minority-owned suppliers and how they may have purchasing requirements like data security or insurance requirements or financial stress tests, things like that, that aren't conducive to working with minority companies or small businesses in general. And I think that they need to understand that, a small minority-owned business has been in business 3 years who might be wonderful at what they do. They might be a phenomenal DSP or whatever. Maybe they can't afford a $10 million cybersecurity insurance policy, right? Maybe they can't afford some amazingly robust, triple authenticated, whatever system. Maybe they can't afford to have a office in Singapore, an office in Switzerland, and an office in the United States, right? Maybe they can't afford to have a tri-regional service delivery model. But how can we mentor them and grow them into businesses that one day will be that? Because I think it's in all of our best interest to really to make an investment in that. So anyway, that's my soapbox. But we'll be doing more of that. Actually, shout out to Susan Benavides at Plus, because she's identified this as an issue, and she is actually committed to kind of attacking this issue with us and talking about how we can actually mentor companies to get them there, and how we can also help our corporate clients and corporations who are making these large pledges about directing business to the Black community, for instance, to help them understand how incongruent that idea is with some of their purchasing requirements as well. So stay tuned on that stuff. Elena, Glomo is so needed in our industry. Thanks for your vision, Ben. Elena, I would love to hear how we can help. You know my heart, a vision. What are your thoughts to Jana's point earlier? And I'd love to connect you with Jana. Have you met Elena yet, Jana?
Actually, we connect like virtually, and she's one of the professionals that I just like. I feel that I know her because she's just amazing.
Yeah,
great.
She is amazing. She'd be a great ally in your mentoring stuff as well.
Yes.
Jamie says Glomo on Sirius. I was on Sirius Radio actually about 8 months ago on the Road Dog Trucking Radio or whatever. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll be all over. So.
All right, let's see. Richard Majewski, mailbox. A phone I bought weeks ago. A new camera that doesn't lag for the Blue Room.
Oh.
Tickets to a Love and Relo in-person event to meet all the fantastic people who have been on the show.
Nice.
Should we do a conference or a party or something, Jana?
Do I hear something? Something is happening. Something is being planned. I don't know.
We are working on an event in Chicago in October in conjunction with the ERC conference. We are working on something. It's going to be pretty epic. We're working on it. It might be right after the foundation party, a little after party action, because we like to party a little bit. It's going to be all inclusive. It's going to be free for everybody. Everybody's invited, and open bar and whatnot. So yeah, we'll talk more about that. Jana's got a lot. Jana's got our hands full with that one. That's going to be one of your projects, Jana.
Yes.
That's going to be a lot.
I don't party a lot, but when I party serious. Yeah, I do party.
I don't party a lot, but when I do,
I party like a rock star.
There you go. Janet Turner's excited about it. This is great. Jana's amazing. I think we got a top 5 coming up, don't we, Jana?
Yeah, of course. We have a top 5.
What is your top 5? Oh my goodness.
Top 5 things I learned about Ben since working with him. Yes. I would not say things about me.
Okay.
Let's make fun. Let's make fun about you.
Okay,
So
you're gonna make fun of me. All right, sounds like a great way to end the show. All
not
right,
necessarily.
yeah,
We
yeah. All
bring
right,
we, we
let's
bring
go.
reality. We are just bringing the reality.
All right, and if you're watching, this is gonna be interactive because I want to know if you're watching, if you've already known these things. Because some people, do you know that this is our 305th episode of Love and Relo?
I think it's a good number, by the way. My 30th day working here, and it's our 300th. Isn't it amazing? I like the numbers 3530. I like it.
There we go. So 305th episode, and so if you're out there watching, like some of the people that have been watching forever, Janet, Jamie, Elena, some of the the old heads out there that have been watching forever, um, you might know some of these things about me, maybe. So put it in the comments if you know these things, or if you're shocked or appalled or whatever. Put it in there. I don't actually know. Let's see what this is. All right, Jana, go ahead.
Number 5. Ben's inbox is a mess. And I mean it.
Okay,
And
what is
I
a mess?
don't know.
Define a mess for people. What's a mess specifically?
You don't have files. You just have everything there. You
I got
don't. You
files. I got
don't.
an inbox. I got a sent box. I got a draft box. I got an
I
outbox.
try to, and then first week I'm like, let's create some files to make it easier. And you're like, I'm not gonna find myself there. And I'm like, how you find yourself now? Because it's just a mess. You don't. You just like read emails like without any order. So it's really confusing. I really don't know how you make it, but you do make it happen. But yes, it is a mess.
Sandra says, and the countdown begins. Number 5, zero surprise. Oh, that's great, Sandra. That's great. That's great. Sandra couldn't live without her files. Janet
Me
Turner, he doesn't
neither.
read emails.
Actually, he does, and he answers in like weird hours and by phone. And I'm just like, oh my god, he's gonna miss something. Yeah, it's kind
What,
of
you can't answer emails by phone? Isn't that why
no,
you
no,
have
no.
emails
You
on your
can,
phone?
but like if he's, I never saw over the in your phone, but like if in my computer when I see it's a huge mess over the phone, normally things get like just when they are organized, it makes it easier. But when it's a mess, it's just worse. So seriously, I really don't know how you keep
All
track
right,
of it.
let's take a look. My inbox right now.
Don't
So
do
us
that to
so right now
yourself.
I've got okay, so I started, so this business is, I've had this email, Glomo, ben@glomo.com email for I don't know, 6 months maybe, let's say. So I have 1,924 unread emails currently.
Oh, what? Let's tell every. If you didn't receive a response, it's not personal.
And
It's
it's not
just
personal at all.
it's
What's interesting
not
is I have
nothing personal.
3,508 emails in here and 1,924 unread. So over half are unread, slightly over half. But in fairness, you get a little snippet in the beginning and it says who it's from, what the title is, and like the first line. And you can pretty much judge based on who it's from, the subject line, and the first line of the email if you need to read it or not.
And now the person who sent you the email that you didn't answer is now thinking, oh, that's why he didn't answer me.
Yeah, okay, so here's a tip, pro tip. Put it in the subject line if you need me to read it, or in the first line. Like, I'm looking at these emails. I wish I could show you, right? I mean, some emails are
Don't do it.
one-liners, and you don't need to open those. Anyway, all right, my inbox is a mess. Yes, guilty. If that's such a bad thing,
It is.
you got me. Look at this. Stacy Huff says only 3,500. I think a third of those are from me. That's
No,
great.
yours is Stacy. He always answers.
I always read Stacy's because they're important. Because I see Stacy sent it, I'm like, oh, I better read that. See, I know. All right, number 4.
Ben is like Ben's like a duck. Actually, let me share with everyone that I just learned this whole saying of like come on the surface but paddling like a crazy underneath. I really like that. And yeah, that's exactly how it is. Because and it's something that I really admire because he looks like he's always it's not just that you look like, you are always ready. Like you come with great comments, you know what you are talking about, but not necessarily was something that you prepare at all. It's just, and as you always say, sometimes I will tell everyone like, Ben, when I can get this information, when I can get more details, so during the time that you are doing this, I can do that, and he will be just answering me like, it's in my heart or in my mind. So
Yeah,
I'm in
it
the
is in my
process of
heart and my
getting
mind. That's why
things.
we have a mind. That's why we have a
I'm
brain, right?
getting
To put stuff in
I'm
it.
getting things out of Ben's heart
Yeah.
and mind.
God did not make us with an inbox. God made us with a brain. So we store information in our brain. And then when people want us to put it on paper or on a document or something like that, that's a maybe for me. That's a hard maybe. Let's see. Elena says, for the first time, I agree with Ben. Unread doesn't mean unseen. Yeah. Yeah. For real, Elena. For real, right? For real. I mean, it's like text. Does anybody have a bunch of text on their phone? I do. I got 74 unread text messages right now. Does that
Oh
mean I
my
haven't seen
God.
them? Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, I like the beginning of Elena's sentence. Like, for the first time, I agree with Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. Janet says that's why he has you. Yes, to keep me on task. I know what my
Exactly.
weaknesses are:
Exactly.
preparation, organization, project management. These are weaknesses of mine.
And that's why I'm here as well.
Even inclusion. When left to my own devices, I regress to people who look like me. And if I'm not
True.
intentional about being inclusive and I'm not going out and purposefully sourcing, different perspectives and different cultures and different whatever, we're just gonna have a bunch of white guys on Live Real all the time from the US.
And and I think it's something that we need to talk about it. It's like, and there is nothing wrong about it. I think the important part is to like recognize the fact that that's what it is. We have bias, and once we realize that that's something that everyone has and we are working on it, it's the step to move ahead. So we are working in this process of
Sandra says, so far I'm batting 1,000. Janet Turner says, wait till he tells you he needs you to do more.
oh.
So Janet resigns from the show. Say, okay, I got
No,
your do
but
more right here.
I asked him like, before I started, like, Ben, what are your expectations? What do you expect from me? And he was like, always more. How was not all in the end you said always more, but you're like, everything. I just want to guarantee that you will be there for like 100%. Like anything I needed, you will be 100% there. So Janet, the more was already included. Like I need to guarantee that everything's happening.
Yeah, everything's happening. Let's execute it because we got a lot going on. A lot to do here. Number three.
Ben is unpredictable, so you need to be flexible, and that's like an everyday thing. He says 8 in the morning, like we need to do this, and that. And like 30 minutes later, he's already doing something completely different. And you just need to go with understand that it's all good, and then keep track on like, oh, this was supposed to happen yesterday. Or sometimes he just wants to talk about something that it's like 2 days ahead, and like, no, we need to talk about this thing and
How
that.
do
So
you how do you
it's
manage
unpredictable.
that though? Like, how do you manage that knowing like I'm gonna throw stuff like all like at you from like all different directions, and like one thing, something's gonna be a priority, and then 30 minutes later we're gonna talk about something else, and that's a priority. Like, how do you capture all that and make sure that it's all like?
it, it's honestly not a joke, it's a talent. And if you read with attention the book that you suggest me to read, one of the things that keeps me motivated, yeah, we do have the same book.
Shout out to Susan Benavides, one of my mentors here, who recommended Strengths Finder 2.0. Discover your strengths here. Yes.
This Portuguese version. And yeah, that's about Ben as well. He received like demands, like he needs to read the book, and he tells me like, read the book. And I'm like, okay, I'm reading the book with you. So one of my strengths is those things keep me motivated. If I had like one demand, like 2 demands per day, something that I can like one thing to do in the morning, one thing that I get bored. I don't like that. I like to have like a lot of things under my head and like make everything happen at the same. It's one of the things that keep me motivated. If I don't have that, I will look for things to add on my package. So it's what I've been
Mhm.
doing from, I think it's like my mom's fault, because since I was really young, I always had a lot of things to do. I even during vacation, I used to have like a schedule, like things to do during vacation. Who does that, right? Yeah, I had that when I was a kid. So yeah,
Mhm.
she's a monster. I love it.
She was a monster. It's a good thing
No,
she
she
didn't speak
create
English.
me. No,
Oh,
she
she
create
created
a
a monster.
monster. I'm the monster. Yeah.
Well, you're a very nice monster. Okay, number two.
The real boss is our dear Olivia. Olivia is the boss.
Yes.
And it's awesome. Sometimes like, Ben, we need to confirm this, we need to confirm that. And he's like, I need to confirm with the boss. I need to confirm the boss. The first time, I honestly, it took me like, what he's talking about? And I'm like, oh, got it. And yeah, she's the one who says yes or no. So she's the real CEO.
She is. She is. She is. She has veto power. I'll say that for sure, 100%. And she's my number one stakeholder.
She's awesome.
Yeah, and then Janet saying absolutely Olivia. Yeah, for sure. Where's my wife, honey? You over there? She's doing boss stuff. I don't know where she's at.
You
All right,
know the
number
boss.
one.
Ben names. He's not Ben. Let's okay, let's reset everything. It's not true. His name is not Ben. He's no Ben. There's no Ben. Ben is not traveling. Ben is not going anywhere. It's not Ben. And it's not Benjamin. Who called you Benjamin earlier
Ben
today? I think
Sukia said it. Ben
was Ben
Sukia
Suki.
is
I'm
calling me
like,
Benji.
it's not even Benjamin.
So you're over here. You're throwing my government around here in the public. So what? So do you know my actual full name then?
Yes, now I know. It's Dan Banners Cross the third.
The third. Yep.
And
That's
let
right.
me, okay, I will tell the story. First week working, getting things done, and like I get like his card. And when I saw his card, actually, I saw this card, this credit card, and I'm like, oh my god, it's been using his dad's card. Because I was like,
You thought I'm using my daddy's credit card like I'm some like 15-year-old child or something?
that's why I was like, oh, maybe I didn't make the right choice. Like the guy used his dad's credit card.
You're like, oh wait, I should not work here because this guy didn't even have any money to pay for his own airfare.
So I came to him like, Dan Banners, and was my way of saying like, tell me the story. I didn't want to go through with like assuming anything. So I was expecting him to come with like, yeah, my dad is my partner. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, imagine if that was true, if I was like actually like my dad was funding my whole like business or whatever, and like I was like asking him for money and can I use your credit card, and like I can't believe you thought that. That's so
I,
funny.
I'm being genuine, real. I'm being honest here.
That is
And
so
then,
funny.
and
Look
then
at
he's
William
like,
Wiggins over here laughing. What's up, William? He's laughing. LOL. That's so funny. Well, William, your son's named after you. Is your son the third too?
he's junior.
William?
So yeah, he's the third. His son, of course. And
Oh my
then
gosh.
keeping the joke on going. And then he's like, yeah, that's my name. And I'm like, what do you mean? You were the third? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, oh, so you mean your son is the fourth? And that was like texting conversation. And I was like making jokes. And then he answers really serious, like, yes. What is wrong with that? And I'm like, oh my God, we just have our first like, ooh. And I'm like, I keep making jokes. I'm like, oh, so you are from the King's family? And he's like, like family name is something really serious and really important. And I'm like, that's really nice. I'm making jokes, but I really got it. But yeah, that was like first week, I think second or third day, I start with weird jokes with Ben's name, but yeah, it's not Ben. Let's start from this point. It's not Ben. It's Dan. You guys are talking with Dan.
Dan. So she's saying Dan. It was
It's
funny when you say
Dan.
it's not Ben, it's Dan, because with your with your
My
accent, it sounds like
accent.
you're saying the same thing twice. Yeah. So
Oh,
my first name is Dan. My name is Dan Benner's Cross the third. Yeah, for sure. And Jana thought it was a good idea to make fun of my name, and then to go further and insult my child as well, my firstborn son, and basically my entire family lineage, which is very super inclusive. Thank you so
and,
much. I appreciate
and
you
he
respecting my culture, my whiteness, my white Anglo-Saxon Protestant lineage. Thank you so much for respecting my
and
appreciation.
he even shared with me a poem about the whole thing, and I'm like, that's so beautiful, really nice, beautiful. But I was just like, oh my god, third day, my boss is already mad at me because I made a joke with his name.
Yeah,
And
it's so
honestly,
good.
I like all the time when I receive anything about like a trip, a reservation, something, I always like, that's really funny. Like everybody calls him a name because like people are coming to me saying, oh, now you are using another name, but it's just a nickname for Janaína. But my name is like Janaína, it's Jana, shorter. But like, yeah, you use a different name. You see, even Ben Sukia thought that you were like Benjamin.
Yeah, people assume.
But
People
like,
assume that
now I have
people
a
like to
question.
generalize me and just think I'm just like every other Ben out there because we're all alike or
No,
something.
you are not like every other band.
Yeah, William Wiggins says I have to admit I thought the same thing when you sponsored a child in Uganda, and I saw Dan. I thought you did it for your dad.
Thank you, William.
I'm
Thank you
like,
very
William, yeah, no
much.
problem. I'm going to sponsor this girl in Uganda so she can go be a cosmetologist. No problem. I'm all in on it. Yeah, me and Olivia are all about it. And then I put my credit card in, and he thought I'm using my dad's card. Oh my goodness
I do
gracious, man.
support kids with
What do
my
you
dad's
people
money.
think? You people think that I'm like scamming my dad, like I'm walking around with his credit card from high school or something, like buying stuff with it. That's great.
Awesome.
Appreciate y'all.
So you have been using band since forever, like
Forever. So my mom decided that she was going to call me Ben because her
okay,
husband was Dan, her father-in-law was Dan,
was that
so she didn't want her son to be named the same as them for myriad reasons, and so she just called me Ben. She wanted my middle name, and
awesome.
it's been honestly it's been a little confusing for my whole life because you show up to school, day one they're doing roll call, right? Like Dan Cross. I'm like, well, actually, I prefer to be Ben, and they're like Dan Cross, or you go to a bank, or your name is Ben, everybody knows you as Ben, and then you put Dan, and then people think that you're doing some scam or something.
I completely understand you. You are like me when when my boss would be calling me like Shania, I would be like, what, who?
Shania.
It's not me.
Now if you went by Shania Chezanoski, then like just decided you're going to go by Shania. I mean, yeah, but anyway, I mean, yeah, no, that's true. And yes, my son is Dan Benner's Cross the fourth, and he goes by Danny.
Danny.
You know, so
Great.
well. Anyway, thank you for sharing those embarrassing facts about me, Jenna. I appreciate that.
That's
That's
what makes
that's
you
exactly what I
awesome.
needed, actually.
I know
Yeah,
we are always talking about like humanize the thing, bringing the human touch.
yeah.
Here's the
Well, now
human
I'm so humiliated. I'm going to take a week off.
touch.
I can't show my face here anymore. And all kidding aside, I am going on vacation tomorrow with the family to Florida, which is awesome. I've never looked forward to a vacation more than this vacation. So I will not be doing Love and Relo next week. We will be back the week after that, and we are going to have some amazing guests, including Sandy McKinney, talking about. Is that right, Stacy? Week after next, Stacy, Sandy? No,
It's
week
after
after that.
the.
She's doing hand signals with me. Okay, so you know what? I don't even know what we're gonna be doing when I get back, but it's gonna be something really
We
cool.
will have the charity on that week after for
Yes.
July, after the holiday of 4th July. Then on that week, it's not confirmed exactly the date, but we'll be on that week. We will have the charity that we talked in the beginning of the show about the kids, the girls in Africa. So yeah, stay tuned. It's just a fast vacation, but we
Yeah.
will be back.
This is why Jana's here, because she actually knows what's going on. So, Jana, it is such a blessing and an honor to have you on the team. I appreciate everybody who tuned in and got active in the comments and had some fun. Thanks for hanging out and kind of listening in on our little fun, little friendly kind of conversation here. That's awesome. It's good to see your mom here. I can't wait to meet her one
I
day.
love her. Thank you, Mom.
Jana, let me give you the opportunity to leave us with a final thought.
Well, I didn't thought about it. Well, as I said in the beginning, I want to say once again, thank everyone. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for uh, accept the challenge of having me as part of the team. Uh, not American, not a white man, and to be so generous, to be open. And I'm really looking forward to connect with everyone, to impact our community. I receive a lot of messages asking like, oh, how I can help you, how I can support. Like, please share your ideas, bring the topics that we can. My whole purpose is, and this is not something that start now with Glomo. It's really something that I value, that I believe. I want to connect people. I want to connect people to dreams. I want to connect people to projects. I want to connect people to other people. I want to make things possible. So reach out to me, connect with me on LinkedIn. We will for sure be seeing each other a lot from now on. And the whole idea is to elevate our industry, to make possible for everyone, because there is a space for everyone, and
Awesome.
we will make it happen.
Awesome. I have no doubt. Thank you so much, Jana. I'm so happy you're on the team. Thanks everybody for watching today. This was great. It's really wonderful for you to be a part of this step in our journey at Glomo. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a good one. Bye, everyone.
Take care, everybody.